This will be the channel update and omnibus. I haven't done one of these in a little bit. Allergies are in full effect. I am not taking anything for it at this time because it's not really inhibiting anything. I'm just dehydrated because I'm hacking so much. This is my first 32-ounce cup of water. I aim to drink about 100 ounces of water before I go to bed. This is half dose of the triple omega and the C. So that's 1,000 milligrams of C. And 880 omega 3, 560 omega 6, 440 omega 9. Fish, flax, and borage. So, yeah, yesterday I had vehicular failure. Realized some pretty genius engineering on Chevy's part. Had difficulty with the thing just because it's old and I was in a rush or a hurry or whatever. And haste makes waste, and I wasn't really hasty with anything. I just moving a little bit faster. The video's there. If you're watching this, you've probably already seen it. After that was all done, I managed to get to bed and have a decent amount of sleep. Didn't have to have an alarm because I didn't have to work in the morning, so I just slept in. The problem with that is in knowing that I don't have to get up and deciding to stay sleeping, I didn't oversleep, and it wasn't one of those things where I've stayed asleep so long that it burns extra energy just to keep yourself asleep than to just get up and get about your day. It wasn't anything like that, but it was just like, I'm still going to lay here. But in doing that, tossing and turning, got kitties laying on the bed, and they lay on top of the blankets, so there's kind of a Gulliver pinning going on. And I think I hurt my back flopping around in my sleep. As getting comfortable, because I'd already kind of strained it. I didn't like injure myself or anything, but it's like muscle strain. It's very sore. I didn't lift anything wrong or anything. I didn't have issue with the tire on the car or anything. It just is the combined crouching, and there was so much, like, it wasn't yoga, but it was like calisthenic exercise, squat thrust and all that kind of, on the ground, stand it up again, push-ups and everything. And the process of fiddling around, leaning on something and wrenching and then jumping up and going to get something and coming back is calisthenic workout. And so I am sore. I have not had a workout like that. That's part of it. I didn't like injure myself, but I've got bruises. I've got cuts and scratches. After that was all said and done, and I came in and ate my food and took a shower. Dropped my phone charger battery pack on my foot. My toe's a little sore, but I don't think it's going to bruise too bad. It hit closer up on the toe to the knuckle than the actual nail or the cuticle, thankfully. I don't like those kind of injuries. Also, though, I take a high dose daily of things that are good for exactly those kind of parts and tissues. So taking the omega and the C is partly because of the soreness and this hacking. I just want to make sure that I'm not also sick. So just kind of beefing up the immune system a little bit. The sputum is just white foam. So yeah, it's been an interesting few days. Lucrative for the time spent. The amounts are okay. I made enough to be able to afford the fix. Got it done without missing work. Whatever. Didn't have a chance to record it tonight, but there was a moment of magenta over dark lavender, I guess. on the clouds tonight on the east side of the sky, the way that the clouds were coming from the east to the west, moving against the prevailing. But just a creeping scum of cotton balls floating on the lake top, as it were. It's just a whole bunch of white cotton and a few little gaps in between, but mostly just kind of a big like Dacron sheet of cloud. And the sun hitting it from underneath made these hot pinks and cobalts on the west side. And the east side had this deep magenta low light, with the clouds themselves seeming kind of lavender to gray. But the gray was bluish. It was colorful. It was not drab. But I was driving this soreness. I just wanted to get home. I did not have the ability to safely record. And I didn't want to stop. That's the other point. So, yeah, I worked tonight. Yesterday and today, each day, I delivered an order to two completely different people and sources of 40 pizzas, or large boxes in the case of some having cheese dippers. 40 large for each one. Yesterday's was extremely simple, but it was warm. Today's was a lot less warm, but man, when I say I feel like I've been in a fight, I won the fight. You should see the other guy. But I'm crinkly today. And no, I did not literally get in a fight. This is what I'm saying. Metaphorically, I got into a fight. And you should see the other guy. I fixed his wagon. I have reviewed my video. It was triggering. I was that close to it still. It was honestly triggering to me. And I've now recovered because it's not like a super major, but it's like... I'm watching stuff in the world. What a time to be alive. I'm not going to comment on it. I'm watching. I'm aware that stuff's happening. I'm just like, it's kind of like a car crash. You can't turn away. You don't want to watch it, but you have to. But you have nothing to say. It's just like, that's what I'm seeing. So, I guess this is going to stay short. I was mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted. Not spiritually exhausted. There's still an ample supply there. And that's how and why I was able to get through and not whatever's, because I'd had some spirit to do it with. Because otherwise, I don't know. Also, I don't know, several days ago, I was able to achieve ego death in a dream without the use of any overstimulation whatsoever. I woke up, took me a few hours to realize that it occurred. It's appreciable. It's interesting. It had been so long since I've been there before. I've experienced that before. But to have it successfully be at an appropriate time through that means has been a very long time. So we're calling it positive progress. That's all I got. I hope everyone else is doing well.